Welcome back to another episode of In the Game. I am Mason Pratt.
I'm Robert Guerrero. Today, Mason will go out and interview Starla Garcia of the cross-country team.
And later in our commentary segment, Robert and I will recap two huge wins for the football team as they move to 5-0.
We'll also show you some highlights of our Cougar sports teams. Let's start with some news. And the volleyball team has won 5 in a row after another successful weekend defeating Southern Miss and Tulane. They are now 3-0 in conference play and will start a road trip against Tulsa on September 30th. The girls' soccer team fell in opening play for conference against number 9 Memphis 2-1, but won against UAB. They will also start a road trip against Tulane on September 30th as well. And the football team is 5-0 for the first time since 1990 after defeating UTEP by 7 points in a shootout. Case Keenum has thrown for over 2,000 yards in the season and has 20 touchdowns on the year.
It's been a busy week for Cougar athletics. Let's get into some highlights first. We'll start with football against Georgia State as well as UTEP.
The Cougars opened up conference play against UTEP in a track meet. There was a total of over 1,200 total yards in the game. The Cougs were able to squeak out a win 49-42. Case Keenum threw for 471 yards and 2 touchdowns, and Charles Sims ran for 111 yards and had an 84-yard long scoring reception in Houston's victory. The Cougars improved to 5-0 overall and 1-0 in Conference USA. Patrick Edwards led the Cougars in receiving with 8 catches for 144 yards. Don't go away, because when we come back, me and Mason will chat about Cougar football and the soccer and volleyball teams as well. And welcome back to the commentary portion of the show. Me and Mason are now going to talk about Cougar sports.
Yeah, 2 big wins for football. Georgia State, probably what a lot of people expected against an FCS opponent, and a big win against UTEP last night. Yeah,
the game against UTEP, it was very high scoring. It's almost like the defenses weren't there at one point.
No, I guess they missed the flight out to El Paso because 538 yards given up by the Cougar defense. That's not, you can't continue to lean on the offense to bail you out, because eventually, like the offense has shown in the start against North Texas and Louisiana Tech, that they kind of start slow.
And it wasn't all bad for the defense. They did have that strong second quarter, which allowed for a 21-point swing to get the Cougars back in it and eventually go.
Yeah, 14 points off the 2 turnovers, one directly after Marcus McGraw took it in. But the defense continues to just get gashed on the ground, now up to 192 yards on the ground given up. That's not, I don't think you're going to win a whole lot of football games. And luckily we have this type of offense because we need it, frankly.
It also seemed like they tried some new things on the defensive side, some new schemes that allowed them to get to the quarterback. When they didn't get to the quarterback, they got burned for huge yardage.
Yeah, 8 sacks now on the year, 3 by Sammy Brown. They're finally starting to get to the quarterback. All 8 of those have come in the past 3 games. Another interception, like we said, Nick Sines picked off a pass. That's an INT in 4 straight games. So there's improvements in certain categories, but the yardage, it's not a whole lot of improvement going on there, I don't think.
Yeah, they need to get a lot more stops, not allow teams to burn time off the clock, to allow our offense, which has 15 scores in their 2 minutes, to get on the field and do their job.
Yeah, that's almost all the defense needs to do, is just hold them 1 or 2 times, get a turnover or 2, and then you figure the offense is going to take it from there. Like you said, 18 touchdown drives under 2 minutes. 710 yards last night. The offense is doing its job.
And again, you saw the 3-headed running back attack at its best last night.
Absolutely.
Sims, Hayes both had touchdowns off the rush.
Yeah.
Huge touchdowns.
Sims had an all-around great game. 90 yards receiving. He had the long touchdown, just bouncing off UTEP defenders. You gotta tackle the big boy a little bit harder than that.
Yeah, as you saw, he was a little bit gassed. I don't think he expected to go all 90 yards on that little drop-down pass.
But 100 yards on the ground, too. Hayes added another 100 yards, 400, almost 500 through the air. So this offense is tough. And when you don't force turnovers against this team and you don't sack this team offensively, it's going to be a long day for your defense.
And the good thing for the defense is our offense doesn't create much turnovers themselves. They take good care of the ball, and they'll get down the field and give you good field position.
Yeah, take good care of the ball. Case has only been sacked 6 times all year, so but yeah, it's all on the defense. The success of the team is going to be on how well they can stop people.
And coming up for the Cougs, they have a 3-game homestand. They face in-town rival in the middle of that homestand, Rice, and that game can go either way.
I think a big game is going to be this next one, East Carolina. They've started to shift more towards a kind of a pass-happy offense, similar to what we run, but a much better defense than UTEP. So offense, as much as the numbers speak for themselves, they're going to have to show up again.
Yeah, sooner or later the defense is going to have to step up because we're not going to win every single shootout. It's just going to catch up to us at some point.
You know, a win by 7 last night could have easily been a loss. You know, if that last pass that Lamerson throws is a 1.5 foot higher, that's easily a touchdown. And with Mike Price and how tricky he is, he might have gone for 2, and you might have found yourself losing by 1.
Yeah.
But volleyball still doing well. They've won 5 in a row, 3-0 to start conference play after a win. Southern Miss, and as well as Tulane. So they're doing work, the ladies.
Yes, the ladies keep winning. Soccer team, they have a tough schedule. They faced a couple ranked opponents and played them well, but still come up short.
Yeah, they started off conference play against that number 9 Memphis team. Played well, lost 2-1, came back, finished their homestand against UAB with another 2-1 victory, and now both ladies teams are on the road for the next week or 2. So it's going to be a big road test for them.
It's a huge homestand for the ladies and on both sides, road stands on the ladies on both sides.
Big conference games coming up. Well, that will do it for our commentary segment. Stay right there. We'll be right back.